NFL Network analyst Daniel Jeremiah says many teams throughout the league believe that the San Fran trade-up is for Alabama QB Mac Jones. Quote, the majority of people around the league believe this. Of the people you would want to believe and put your faith in, the overwhelming majority of them believe this is going to be Mac Jones with that pick. So that's what is so shocking. And Mac Jones, of course, is normally listed behind Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Fields, Trey Lance. And then you get to Mac Jones. Daniel Jeremiah also said Carolina, who owns the 8th pick, have been the team most linked to Mac Jones this offseason, and he thinks San Fran may have traded up to block Carolina from getting Jones. Today is the pro day for Mac. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are going to that versus Justin Fields. This is his second throwing session of the offseason. He also threw last week, and this guy is praised for his accuracy. The criticism is the mobility. One NFL exec, quote, athletically, he's just average. Another one said, I think Jones is a good player. I don't think he's elite. What Google imaging research did you do of Mac Jones yesterday?
Well, if athletically he is average, I hate to see what below average is. I got turned on to this. I'm sorry. I was shown this, not turned on to it. And this is from last year. This is Big Mac, or Back Fat Mac, or Dad Bod Mac. I mean, one of the three names has to stick. But just
cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. But Mac Jones, I'll put this photo on my social media at RJ Choppy on Twitter. But just Google Mac Jones Dad Bod, and there is a photo of him. Beer belly. It looks like he is so full of sodium and hasn't had water in weeks. Like he is just a bloated mess with a giant cigar. You're a 22-year-old college kid at Alabama with the best facilities in the world and meal plans.
Whoa!
Well, he got the meal plan.
Oh, my God. I'm just seeing this photo for the first time. Ben Roethlisberger just said, damn.
Yeah, he's a little thick.
Yeah.
You got to post the photo.
Yeah, I will.
Post the photo at RJ Choppy. But Michael Lombardi, Chris Sims is really, really tight with Kyle Shanahan. They're really close friends. And Chris Sims tweeted out the following. Shanahan trying to control his own fate. You trade up to 3 for a QB who is NFL ready right now, not a project. And to me, that says Mac Jones. Kyle gets the most out of QBs who trust his system and make the right reads. Matt Schaub, 09 passing champ. Kirk Cousins with Washington. Matt Ryan, 2016 MVP. Mac Jones is an ideal QB for that mold, more on par with Ryan. Look, and Dalton Miller can speak to this a little bit more, our maturing draft analyst. If Mac Jones is definitely the most accurate thrower of the football, then stop overhyping the run game. Stop overhyping the mobility. The quarterback position, in my opinion, is still about the placement of the football. That's what it is. It's not who can throw it the hardest. It's not who can throw it the farthest. It's not who can run around the best. It is a nice added luxury. If you are the most accurate and you can make the most pro-style throws without running the Ravens' read option, draft him. It's that simple. Let's stop getting confused and stop muddling the discussion with all this other stuff about mobility and running around. Can Mac Jones throw it better than Justin Fields? Does Mac Jones give you more confidence than Trey Lance, who hasn't played a lot of football lately? If you're not going to get Zach Wilson, which everyone has locked in, Chris Sims was like salivating over Zach Wilson's workout the other day when he was throwing for all the teams. But Zach Wilson's going to be off the board. So if it's Lance and it's Fields and it's Jones, and you think Mac Jones is the smartest and most accurate, draft him. Draft him. That's my take.
Now, I don't necessarily disagree with that. The problem is that it's kind of going counter to the draft. The draft is about, you want the upside. You know, you can't draft a guy for a system. You know, like at number 3. You could do that in the other rounds. But at number 3, I don't know. I mean, drafting for a system, I don't know that fits.
Everyone has a system. Everyone has a system. We fall victim to this discussion. I think, like, who has a system in the league that if that quarterback wasn't in it, we did this with Brady, and we look stupid. We're like, oh, Tom Brady in the system, it's these 3-yard crossing patterns. And then he goes to a system that's totally opposite, and he wins the Super Bowl.
But he didn't.
So what?
But he didn't. Because when did they
what?
But because they turned the offense over to him in the middle of the season. And now it's his offense. Like, they brought in all of his old plays. They detailed this last year. Like, in the beginning of the year, he's throwing more picks than ever before early on. He was struggling. He had a great year, but, like, they took off when they brought Brady's system from New England in and started to use a lot of those plays. But I would never draft a guy just for, Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan ain't good enough to have a system. Kyle Shanahan is a really good coordinator, really, really good. And if he has the right quarterback, yes, they could be phenomenal. But I'm not going to sit there. I have no idea how long this guy's going to be the coach. My hope is that the quarterback outlasts the coach.
Yeah, but what are the traits that Kyle Shanahan's quote-unquote system is supposedly looking for, according to league insiders, is being smart, knowing where to go with the ball. That's not, to me, that's not a one system requirement that teams
right.
Everybody wants that. Everybody wants the right read and being accurate with the ball. That's not like, oh, I'm drafting for the system. I want my guy to be smart, know where to go with the rock, and be able to deliver it there. That's kind of a prerequisite for everybody, but that's kind of the feeling right now. Do you have your guy at number 3 that you would go with instead?